Fear of change is one of the strongest emotions that accompany a person throughout their life. Many are familiar with this nagging, anxious feeling in the face of the unknown. Imagine, your usual way of life no longer brings you joy. You feel dissatisfied. It seems that something needs to be changed, but the first step is incredibly difficult. We ask ourselves a million questions. Am I doing the right thing? What if it doesn't work out? How will my life change if I decide to do it? And this what if becomes a powerful obstacle, comparable in its impact to the most serious physical barriers. The fear of change is actually a completely natural reaction of our brains. Its basis is an ancient mechanism of self-preservation. Anything new is seen as a possible threat to stability. So our psyche tries to keep us within the familiar, whether it is a stable job, routine relationships, or even negative but familiar habits. Yet, it is change that drives personal growth and opens up new opportunities. Successful people often find themselves required to be brave and willing to step outside their comfort zones. The fear of change cannot be fully eliminated. It becomes a signal for a significant moment in your life. Let's look at what usually hides behind this fear. The first is fear of uncertainty. It's easier to endure familiar discomfort than to face the unknown. Some think that if everything stays the same, at least the outcome is predictable. Another reason is fear of losing what you already have, even if it's not valuable. This is the flawed logic. Better a bird in the hand than two in the bush. People fear losing their regular job for a chance at their dream. Sometimes they stick with burnout relationships just to avoid loneliness. People fear change because they worry about not being accepted in new surroundings. Another deep fear of failure. Mistakes are part of the process, but most see possible failure as proof of inadequacy. This is strongest for those raised where mistakes led to shame, criticism, or ridicule. Remember how grown-ups told kids, don't stand out, do as everyone else, stability is the main thing. This forges a pattern where every novelty seems like a potential danger. But ironically, avoiding change often means we miss out on life's main opportunities. Without change, we can get stuck in a swamp of routine and unsaid desires. One morning, we may realize we've lived someone else's life for years, settled for too little out of fear to try for more. Here's a vivid example. Mikhail's story. He worked as an accountant for almost 15 years, had a stable salary, and followed the same routines. Inside, he felt unfulfilled. He'd always loved clay, wanted to become a sculptor, but chose the safer path. As the years passed, imagining change became harder. There were loans, family, obligations. One day, Mikhail brought his creations to a small exhibition. Support and praise made him think, maybe it's worth risking change? He started small, sculpting at night, posting online. Within 6 months came his first orders. After another year, he reduced his working hours. Years later, an invitation led him to a big city, and happiness followed. Every story of change has key stages. Realizing your need, facing fear, taking gradual actions, first mistakes, and first victories. Is it scary? Of course. But step by step, the fear lessens, and each step becomes a new victory over yourself. How do you face the fear of change in practice? Start by honestly asking yourself what you want. Write down your dreams and needs. Admit your fears. Don't push them away. Write them down. I'm afraid it won't work. I'm scared to let down my family. I fear financial loss. Exposing fears to the light of reason makes them lose some of their mystique. Next, break big changes into small steps. For example, if you want a new career, no need to quit instantly. Start by researching the field, find courses, meet others from the industry. Combine new efforts with the old until you feel steady. Small successful steps ease anxiety. For many, outside support is essential. Find people who've walked this path in forums, social media, interest groups. Share your fears, Ask for advice. Remember, most successful people felt the same doubt and anxiety, sleepless nights, moments of despair, hesitation. Most importantly, develop the skill of accepting your own mistakes. Failure is part of learning. Kids fall and stand again. Adults must do the same. As adults, it's harder. We have more internal limits. But if we treat failure as learning, fear loses much of its power. Use an achievement diary. Write each evening what you tried and what worked. A month later, reread and see how far you've come, even if you thought you were standing still. Channel anxiety into action. Return to your plan whenever you feel fear, however small your steps are. Remember, direction matters more than speed. Don't wait for universal approval. Many will project their fears onto you and try to hold you back. True motivation is inside, driven by your real values and desires, not external praise. The meaning of life often reveals itself at moments of change. Only in stepping beyond what's comfortable do we taste true being. Let fear travel with you, but never let it become your jailer. Imagine if once a year you truly tried something new: study, business, a friendship, a move, travel. How many unexpected colors for life? How many reasons for pride? Just because you agreed to change. Big changes begin with a small but crucial decision: to let yourself be someone new. Every next step, no matter how hesitant, gets stronger with time. Fear fades and joy from becoming your new self grows. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for everyone's approval or for fear to disappear. Take steps now, small, brave, persistent. The road will rise to meet your feet. Don't let fear of change hold your dreams hostage. True life is waiting just beyond it.